Finally, we are going to fix this related block section, which is with us from the first day, and we just ignore it. Now it's time to fix it. And in order to fix that one, we are going to block show. I think we have related block. And inside here, I think we need to find the related block to the author. So we need to pass the user ID here. I'm going to pass the user ID, and we have the user ID, so it will be user ID. Nothing more in the block show. Now we can go to the related blocks, and inside here we need to update this stateless component to class component. So I'm going to quickly write so now that we have this one, I think we need link. So I'm going to bring the link as well. And then we also need the database. So we are going to grab the database as well. We're coming here and we're going to use the isMounted technique. So it will be false. And then we are going to have component did mount and component will unmount very quickly. In a constructor, I'm going to set state. So this.state, it will be blogs, and blogs by default will be an empty array. And then in a component did mount, we are going to just get them. So we are going to say base, which is a rebase. And then from there, we are going to get the blogs, and we need to pass some objects, and our object going to be the context will be this with IDs will be true, and we are going to pass the query as well. So the query will be a ref, and then from there, so we're going to say ref dot where, so we are actually looking for all the user IDs, and the user ID will be this.props.user ID, because if you remember, we are passing the user ID here, so now we have access to them there. So now we have the where part, and I think I'm going to limit it as well to we're going to get the latest or the most recent one, the only 5 of them, and then we are going to order it by created at, and then sort them descending. So we have the query, we have the ref, and from there going to get the blogs, and from blogs we're going to say if is mounted, then set state. And our state would be blogs. So we're going to pass the blogs. So now that we have the blogs, we can also cache the errors if you want. So now that we have the blog, and we need to just in a component will unmount, just remove the binding from rebase. So we are going to say this.ref, it will be a base, and also in the component did will unmount, we can say base.remove binding this.ref. So now that we have these things, we can easily go to the fragment, and inside the UL, get rid of all the li, have a loop here. So this.start state dot blog dot map, and then now things blogs, yes. Now we're going to have every blog, and for every blog we are just going to return li, and inside li we're going to return a link, which href will be coming back and write this one in a few seconds. And then we're going to have an a tag, and inside a tag we're going to have blog.title. So let's just quickly go the next line, and inside href we are going to /blog, and we have the blog slug, so very simple, blog.slug. So it is just showing some errors because we need to return, and I think we need just to change this one. There we go. I think now it's sorted. Now we have a li, we have a link, and because we're using the loop, so we need to pass the key here. And in order to just pass the key, I'm going to use blog.id. Let's just fix also this one. More blogs by this author. There we go. We have the Google user and we have these items. If you go to the home page, so we have a lot of things with the Google user. And if I go with the Twitter, so now we have these items.